Does God speak to us through dreams? Absolutely. I think one of the most beautiful things about dreams is that your spirit never sleeps. And so in your dream state, you have access to continue to have communion with the Lord. And that is why, even from a biblical perspective, Solomon, while dreaming, God encountered him. And so in that encounter, what he received in the dream happened in his waking life, because the Lord encounters our spirit. And so the dream state allows your spirit to continue to commune with God even when your body is rested. And so God does speak to us through dreams. Now, the question of how do we know if a dream comes from the Lord?
Right.
I think, first of all, sometimes people are very easy to dismiss a dream because it just feels random or X, Y, and Z. But I always encourage people, every time you dream, write it down. Because initially you might not know, depending on where your intimacy with the Holy Spirit is, you might not quickly discern who planted this dream.
Right.
But in the book, I talk about how the fruit reveals the seed. And so the nature of the dream, what it does in you, also reveals who planted it. When God plants a dream, your innate response to it can reveal, okay, there is something that God is actually sending to me, and I'm curious about it. Because, like, for example, someone could have a dream of a car accident.
Right.
When you wake up from a dream like that, after looking at the symbols, because dream interpretation really deals with interpreting the symbols in the dream.
Right.
So what took place in the dream? What was the activity? What was the tone? Were there people? All those things. What was the color? Like, what stood out to you in the dream? So when you interpret the symbols, you understand the message of the dream. But you can have a dream of a car accident, and you will know that such a dream came from God, because when you woke up and when you stayed in that presence of where the dream was planted, and what I mean by that is that you're not so quick to go on your phone, go on social media. You wake up and you stay in a place of worship. You wake up and you stay in a place of prayer. And when the dream comes to mind and you're sitting with the Holy Spirit, what's on your heart is to understand, like, God, like, what does this mean? There's a curiosity that it puts in you. There's a mystery that you desire to unravel. And so you would know, like, okay, wait, there is something about this dream I can't put my finger on, but I need to understand it.
Right.
If such a dream came from Satan, you wake up and it cripples you in fear.
Right.
So now you're like, I don't think I should drive anywhere. I don't think I should go anywhere, because the spirit that comes from the enemy is a spirit of fear.
Right.
And so you will have this like crippling anxiety of like, oh my gosh, why did I have a car accident? And so when you watch that was the seed planted. It was not just about the car accident. It was a seed of fear, anxiety, depression, confusion. And that doesn't come from the Lord.
Okay.